Hey Angus, how you going?
Hi Luke, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, good. I see sarcasm you've brought this evening.
Yeah, it's a shirt from my in-laws, so they know me well.
Very cool. Oh well, we've jumped on this chat in the most basic way possible. We don't have all the technology. We're not going to spend money on it if it's not going to be popular. But the reason for it is we've had an absolute huge reaction from at least one person who wanted us to continue the Boss and the Brewer podcast, which of course we're not going to do because that was Dan and Hendo's thing. But just because I suppose we're involved and gave it a bit of shit posting. We've had a lot of people say, "Hey, maybe you guys should do something." I don't know if there's any legs in it, but we'll record this. We'll pop it up on YouTube, and I've started the Facebook page for Pilot Podcast 12. Um, that's not the final name. I like YTho. YTho, I think, would be a really good name that you suggested because a lot of people say start a podcast. Why though? But
How
um,
would you do that?
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
but
I should that.
yeah, yeah. Why? Why are you doing it? But we'll see if it's interested and if people want to listen to us talking shit, then we're happy to facilitate. So, have you got a drink?
Certainly do. But and urging a dunkel,
Ah, said good.
probably one of my favorite styles of beers, dunkel. Busted out my big fancy Bel German glass.
Yeah, nice. I've gone a different way. I've gone the hard individual from White Lies Brewing. Um,
Oh,
so it's a lemon drop of theirs
hard,
with a
hard
very
spot.
cheeky name. When another big brand came out with another hard product, yeah, hard individual was there. 6% in a 500 ml can, so it's a bit of fun anyway. Great little
Like a
brewery
Lee
there at White
style.
Lies. Yeah, Lee's a legend. Yeah. So how we met, I thought we'd say it was what was it, 7 years ago at the Royal Queensland Beer Awards.
Yeah, I managed to grab my 2000
20, yep,
2020 shirt. I
yeah.
can't find the 2019 shirts. That's the only shirt I don't have, which is kind of annoying.
Was that the green one?
Yeah, that was the green. Well, we had different colors, the judges and stewards. Like they
Yeah,
had green and they had purple or something.
I actually like it when they changed it to the judges weren't wearing different colours to the stewards because um, I thought that was a good inclusion measure that they brought in. Um,
Yeah, there was a few stewards that mentioned that at the end of the 2019s where it's just a bit strange that we're in different colors.
yeah, and that
Yeah, it
shed
isn't.
that shed was so hot too that first competition, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was brutal. I was telling a few of the guys this year, I don't often get mad and send emails, but I got mad after the 2019 one because um, the conditions weren't safe, basically.
No.
It's like 45, 50 degrees out the back of there, and there's no fans, no water. Yeah, it was not great.
Yeah. No, we really struggled that first year, but it's pretty cool to see what it's turned into. The competition's really grown. I've gone from back of house to front of house, and this year we just I was a table chair for the first time, which I loved, and we got to try the do the judging on the ginger beers for the first time, which I thought was really cool too.
Yeah,
Not
well, you're the perfect story for the beer awards, having started back of house and worked through to sitting on the table for a session, then actually being a judge, and here you are, table head.
Yeah, look, I've loved the journey. I still think you have more fun out the back, but it's good seeing people like yourself because it's the only 3 days we see each other all year, apart from now this Zoom call. Um, but I think it's a good little comp. I've done some judging at the Indies. I was over in Perth last year. I'm going down to the Abers next month for the first time in Melbourne. It's a little bit more formal, I hear from what I've people have told me. Full blacks and wearing aprons and everything with the stewards and all that. So it should be an interesting journey, but I still think you have more fun out the back.
Yeah, I spent one day last year on the judging table, and yeah, I think at the back is more fun. Um, I told a lot of my mates I was doing judging at the beer was like, oh, it's gonna be awesome fun. We're having a laugh. I'm like, no, no, it's actually really, really hard work.
It is.
Um,
They call it thoughtful drinking because yes, you do swallow, which a lot of people don't realize, and you can be doing 40 odd beers a day, different styles, um, but matching the words on the paper to the liquid, it takes some brain power, and I really enjoy the challenge and try and give as much feedback as I can because that's why the brewers they 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 use it as a marketing tool, try and get as much info about their products and then hopefully, get some medals or run away with a champion trophy and all that. So no, I'm really happy with how the competition's grown. I've met some really cool people who volunteer their time too. Like yourself, you take time off work, you rent a Airbnb and volunteer your time for a good 3 days or more. And a lot of people do that.
yeah, I call it my Angus holiday. I take 3 days off work and the family disappear for 3 or 4 days into the beer world and get spat out the back end on the Thursday night, and that's the real one. But yeah, that's my holiday for the year.
Yeah,
And like you said, that's probably my favorite beer event because just so many people that I've met over the years and become friends with, and like you're in kind of an intense environment for 3 or 4 days, so you get some pretty strong friendships coming out of that. But I always enjoy catching up with people.
yeah. It's a really good vibe, and yeah, I learned a lot and met Hendo when I did the brewing course that he had, and went off into the brewing world myself, and just meeting a lot of the brewers and the knowledge that I've learned from judging. Um, I've really enjoyed my time at the awards, but um, I suppose there's more to us than just the beer awards. We just don't know it yet. You play rugby?
Yeah, I started playing old boys rugby last year.
You're not that
Um,
old, are you? Even though the mustache says that.
I'm 49 this year.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, I think you're allowed to be an old boy. Yeah,
Well, it's above 35,
yeah,
so 35 years and older.
yeah.
And it's pretty cool. So the way it works is that you can choose which color shorts you wear, and that dictates kind of what level of rugby you're playing at. So black shorts, it's game on.
Yep.
White shorts, basically you tackle them as hard as they're running. So if they're running up pretty hard, that's how hard you can tackle them. If they're kind of jogging up, then you just kind of put your hands out and stop them. Red shorts, you can't touch them. That's for the real old guys, and
Is that
they
like
run
tag
kind
or
of,
something? You just
and you don't even touch them. No, they just run, meant to run about 10 meters, and then they just stop and have to pass it off. I
yeah.
reckon also they can't run further than 10 meters as well. So
What a great idea with the shorts. I didn't know that. It's really good.
yeah, apparently there's pink shorts as well, which is like really old guys, and they're definitely no touching. You don't even breathe on them. But I haven't seen any guys in pink shorts for it when I've been playing.
Yeah. Oh no, that's great. And do you follow any other sports?
Uh, not really. I was quite into MotoGP, but last couple of years I haven't really watched that. I'm into rugby as well, obviously, and I watched a bit of the Super Rugby last year, but not much. I think I might actually get the subscription back again and start watching rugby this year.
Yeah.
It seems like the Australian teams are actually providing competition against New Zealand teams. That might be more interesting to watch than the same Australians get pounced every weekend.
Did you go to a private school?
Yeah, I went to BBC in Swan many
That's
many
why
years
you
ago.
like rugby. Yep, it all makes sense.
Yeah. Well, my dad went to that school as well, and I played rugby growing up
Yeah,
before I got into school. So yeah, I've been playing rugby
yeah.
all my life.
I grew up. Well, when I was a kid, I played soccer, and then I played league when I was getting a bit rough on the soccer field. But yeah, I haven't really done any sport. I did weightlifting in high school. Actually, I really liked that. Um, but probably did too much too soon because you really shouldn't be lifting the big weights when your body's still forming. So probably not the best idea. But yeah, I played a little bit of league and yeah, it's really good. I see some of the people I played with, went on to play NRL and um, yeah, Armidale, the crappy little New South Wales town it was. Um, it produced some pretty good sports people out of it. So yeah, I myself now I still follow league and Formula One, and you're not a big keen on the F1.
No, not really. I watched a lot of rally when I was younger and had plenty of time to watch things.
Yeah,
I don't know why I've never been into Formula One. I
yeah,
think it's kind of like the V8s where it's all just too controlled. There's too many rules and regulations, and they try and I don't know try and control the sport too much to get results that they want, rather than just getting people in cars and flogging the piss out of them, going as fast as they can. And if you're not fast, then you've got to change your car or fix things. Like it had to be faster than the other guy.
yeah. Well, my mates and I used to go to Bathurst every year, or every second year, and um, and we really enjoyed it. But when they started, and it was really expensive, but when they started sort of mucking around with the sport too much, it just it really lost its it really lost its, I don't know, je ne sais quoi. It was just, yeah. So we've decided to save our money and not not go anymore. But we just liked getting away and camping and drinking a lot of piss. So yeah, I usually had to bring a stash of proper beers down, or because there was usually not too much in Bathurst that was up for granted. But I hear Bathurst Brewery's pretty good there. Reckless, I think it is. And there's some nicer beers that you can get there now. And Coopers have just taken over supplying the V8s again. So at least you
Yeah.
get Cooper's mild trackside now for probably $52 or something like that a can. Yeah.
Yeah, I did a lap of Bathurst on my old bike, a Triumph Sprint.
Yep.
Anna and I went down the east coast of Australia and then came up kind of central New South Wales and Queensland, and I got a new set of tires in Bathurst and broke them in going around the track.
Yep.
I thought that was pretty cool. I got warned by we had lunch at the pub
Yep.
that's quite near the track,
Yep.
and he said, "Oh, just letting you know, don't get too enthusiastic up there
No.
today." I'm
Yep.
like, all right,
Yep.
gotcha.
Yeah. They often pull over people who pretend it's not a 60K scenic route. Um, but until you go there, you don't realize how steep it is. It really is
I
it?
was gonna say, I was shocked at how steep it's a dipper. That's what it's called, isn't it? That you come up the top of the mountain, you come down
Yeah, down
the
through the
dipper.
dipper. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah,
Down
yeah.
to Forest Elbow. Yep.
Came around the corner, went down there. I'm like, whoa, geez, this is way steeper than it looks on TV.
Well, even when you go up through the cutting there. I did a walk there a couple of years ago with one of the V8 Ute drivers. He walks the track every year, and he told us to lean down and try and see the top of the corner because that's what it's like in the car, and you can't see it. It's
Yeah.
totally blind. Um, but that was a really good perspective that I hadn't seen before. But I'd love to take my bike down there. Uh,
And it was hard to not just rip your throttle open on the straight down
yeah,
after oh, when you see the big long straight, like just
yeah.
let you down, like just pretty nice road surface as well.
Yeah,
But if you're a cop, that's where you'd sit
yeah, yeah.
3/4 of the way down there and just ping
Oh,
people.
it's like every year you see, Bathurst Highway Patrol, catching someone doing, 150 in a 60 zone down Conrod Straight, and yeah, they lose the car. Then, yeah, it's usually a hire car or something too. Yeah, yeah. No, I follow the F1. I think it's changed a lot since the new ownership and with Liberty Media and the Netflix show, the Drive to Survive. But no, I enjoy the sport. It's just uh, unlike rally, it's very precise, and we're talking thousands of a second differences between them. Um, but I like rally because it can get a bit loose, and the
Yeah.
talent. I think the talent of those rally drivers is just amazing.
Yeah, I remember hearing a story about Ayrton Senna,
Yeah,
and I can't remember which track it was on, but he ended up like ripping the right hand side of his car off the right front wheel and everything.
yeah.
And he told his engineer, he said, that corner's changed. I was like, what do you mean? He goes, something's changed. Yesterday I would do the exact same thing yesterday. Didn't hit. Today I did the exact same thing. I hit. Something's changed about the corner, and the engineer's like, nah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And so he went down and measured one of the apparently it was like a part of the wall is a like a big stone, and somehow that had got moved by 4 millimeters.
Wow. Yeah,
So
that's
Ayrton
pretty
was saying
impressive,
that
isn't it?
that 4 millimeters is why he crashed.
Because it just moved that little bit. He couldn't. Yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty cool.
Wasn't where it was yesterday. And he's
Yeah,
gone through the exact same line.
yeah.
And it wasn't 4 millimeters of space. So that was it's pretty impressive.
So I'm just going to put it out there. If anyone wants to hear us talk shit about anything, jump on the Facebook page and send your inappropriate memes. We're usually pretty good at that sort of stuff. Bag us out. We got thick skin. And if it's something that you want to hear in your ears, happy to buy a podcast host, and we can do that. So, like, we're not ABV. Pour it out. Um, they've got like your beer news. Crafty Pint have got all your beer interviews, but we can just talk shit and have a drink, once a week, and have a gas bag. We'll get some guests on, you know. Um, so let us know what you think. Did you have anything to add?
No, I was just thinking while you're talking, like we're basement quality.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
Crafty Pint and those guys are high quality host, high quality everything. Where they're going to be basement quality.
Yeah, yeah. Look, absolute no expense spared because no expense actually has been taken account at all. But if you want to listen to us gobble on about rubbish, then let us know, and I'll catch you next time.
All right. Cheers, Luke. See
Cheers,
you,
mate.
mate.
See ya.